Hello, my name is Darcy Ford. I'm a reporter for the Channel 4 News in Dunsinger, California. I was embedded with a rescue team that went searching for 12 members of a drill crew that went missing 6 months ago. On the third day on the mountain, we came across several items inside a shallow cave that was known to belong to some of the members of the drill crew. One of the items we recovered was a journal, or a diary, that seems to be an eyewitness account of what happened to these men over a period of 2 weeks while in the mountain. I apologize in advance for some of what you're about to hear as graphic and may be difficult to more sensitive viewers. I will be reading directly from the journal, accompanied by photos of what this tragic mystery has meant to our peaceful community here in Siskiyou County. When I awoke, I was in darkness. I could hear the other men around me, but no one could see anything. We were all in a panic, but Casey was yelling. I could tell it was him by his voice, and he was screaming in pain. I didn't know what to do. It was like being blind. I knew we were in a cave because of the echoes and sounds, but it was an empty black. Finally, someone must have found a hard hat and turned on the light. I can't believe what I was looking at. Half of Casey's face and body was fused to a granite wall. His leg and arm was flailing, but the rest of him had been absorbed into the rock. I could see blood spilling from the edge of where his body was fused into the wall, and half of his face was slowly peeling away from the rock, as if separated away from a hot wire. The pressure of the rock was squeezing off the rest of his body. It separated and started to slide off the wall as his screams faded into silence. Half of Casey lay on the cave floor twitching, while 6 of us blinked at each other in shock. Where were we? What had happened? It seemed like we were all transported here to this cave at the same time, at the same moment, and Casey manifested fused into the granite. Several men noticed other hats on the floor, scooped them up, and turned on the lights. Suddenly, more screams, but at a distance. It seemed to be coming from the opposite direction of the cave. As we ran to see what had happened, we quickly discovered the space of the room was starting to narrow. We were coming closer to a corner in the cave room, and that's when we noticed one of the men was in a hole in the floor. Frank yelled, "It's Jonathan. I can tell by the boots." Somehow, Jonathan had gotten wedged upside down, moving into the passage of another cave. Only his legs, which were facing the ceiling, were visible coming out of the small tunnel on our side. The screams continued. "I'm stuck. God help me, I can't move anything." The men scrambled to get him out, but his entire upper body had become wedged upside down into the tunnel, and there was no way to pull him out without ripping his body. We were helpless. After a while, his screams quieted, and we tried to talk him through the inevitable. He laid in that tunnel, head first, upside down, squeezed into a hole he could not escape. He lingered in that horrific state for 3 hours, while we paced like panthers incapable of any solution. There was no exit to the cave we were in, and no one wanted to risk what had happened to Jonathan by exploring too far. The plan was to wait until Jonathan was dead, and then we would move as a group to find another chamber. What had happened to us? How did we get here?